Welcome everyone. This is my first official video. I'm going to be playing a game that I've been playing a lot of recently, Forza Horizon 5. It's a fun one. I don't know, I've enjoyed it quite a lot. As some of you may have seen, probably none of you, because you don't exist. I did a channel intro. So, I don't know. That was kind of funny. I liked it. Alright. So, cars, right? I want to do the Goliath, because I want to make some bank, and just, like, save up for, like, a cool car. Alright, so we're gonna take a nice drive to the Goliath circuit. Are we not going on the highway? No, I'm not gonna go on the highway. I would be foolish not to go on the highway in this peak machine. Also, I don't know if you can hear it, but the twin turbo just cracks me up. Because it's just so, like, I don't know, like an engine go burr. Ooh. I forgot this car's braking isn't the best, even though it's 10. I was doing a race last night with my friend and my brother, and it was doing okay, but we were doing it so, like, you can't rewind, which was rough, especially when, in the Goliath, when it's very easy to make a mistake on such a big track. Anyway, look at that. That's so crazy fast. 271. So I'm heading top speed right now. Like, that's just incredible. Oh my god. If I would have hit that beetle, whoever was in that beetle, they're just done. Gone. Eradicated. Dang. Okay. Yeah, so in the future I might do more Forza probably, because I'm going to be playing that for a while. And then as well, I'll probably start playing Skyrim again, because Skyrim is probably my favorite game of all time, and I've played a lot of it, and I took a break for a while, because that's my relationship with Skyrim since I started playing. I played for like 100+ hours and then was done for like several months, and then come back to it a few months later, play another 100+ hours, and then leave. So I left not too long ago to play Forza. So Skyrim I feel like is going to be a better game for YouTube, because I can do a series of it, and that'd be kind of fun. So yeah, we'll see. 12 minutes and 48 seconds into this video. Interesting. It's felt a lot shorter, strangely enough. That's probably because I'm recording, though, so it's kind of different. Anyway, we're at the Goliath now, ready to go. I wonder if this car is recommended or not. It's probably not. Yeah, it's not. That is, though. Should I change and use that? Eh, why not? Right? Yeah, why not? It's still a good car. That's my fastest car. It goes 276, I think? Because it's electric and just all around pretty great. I used to play on Xbox. Like Forza Horizon 3, Forza Horizon 4, I played Halo. Load times on console are just trash. And then I got a PC. You can't see it, it's off camera, but it's right here to my right. Yeah, I got it for Christmas, it's been great. Load time's quick, but some of them are still long for certain games. Like, I played Ark for a while. God, that game had long load times. Anyway, race. Here we go. Oh, you know what else is so trippy about this car? Because it's electric, it's just silent. And that's just so crazy to me. Like, this car is going 270 miles per hour without making a sound from its engine. Like, obviously there is sound coming from it, like, but it's like such a quiet little electrical hum. Ooh, uh-oh. It does not turn. But yeah, it's just so trippy. Like, you think of a fast car, you think like it's got a big V12 engine, right? You think Lamborghini. Bugatti's kind of cheat. They've got the V16s, which, I mean, automatically give them the upper hand, because it's a V16. But, yeah, you hear that engine, and it's rumbly, it's deep, it's fast. And then you have this car, which goes just as fast, if not faster, partly because of tuning and upgrading, but regardless of the tunes and oh god, regardless of the tunes and upgrades, it's still a fast car and would still beat a Bugatti in a drag race. Because electric cars, I'm sure you know this, but electric cars are unlike a motor car in that they just go. Like a car with a gasoline-powered engine needs to warm up, right? It needs to get going. It needs to start burning that fuel and start making combustion for it to go. An electric car doesn't need that. It just goes. So its acceleration is just insane. But then speed output is not nearly the same. Like, engine cars, like, there's nothing in human history that is more powerful than a traditional combustion engine. Well, of course there's, like, jet, but, like, in the realm of cars. And then there's the new hydrogen fuel. I was going... Where was I going? I don't remember, but I was in an airport. I wasn't going anywhere. I was picking up my brother, because he was in Arizona at ASU. He doesn't go there. He just went to a summer camp there to go check it out, because he's a senior. And so we were there, and there was like an advertisement for hydrogen-based fuel in like cars, which is interesting, right? Because hydrogen is very flammable, right? So, granted, so is traditional gasoline, which is what makes it useful, but like, hydrogen catching fire is the reason that Hindenburg went down, right? It's dangerous. It's had many disasters in human history, so it's interesting to see, A, how they make a hydrogen fuel, and B, how much more dangerous is a hydrogen fuel than just a typical gasoline. Because hydrogen is cleaner than gasoline, right? It doesn't emit carbon, it emits... I don't know if it emits anything. I think it just emits hydrogen. I don't really know. I haven't looked into it enough. I've just seen it, and these are like, before I go to bed, like I can't fall asleep, thoughts that come into my head. I don't know. It's all interesting to see the future of cars. And kind of going back to the electric cars, you know, electric cars are definitely the future. That's without a doubt, because we can't keep using gasoline engines. It's just so terrible for the environment. But the problem with electric cars is the infrastructure. Like, when electric cars are... Hold on, let me just restart this whole sentence, this whole thought, right? So, electric cars are obviously the future, right? So, they need to have as many charging stations as there are gas stations everywhere, before electric cars can be suitable for the common person. Because, I mean, if you live in maybe not the nicest neighborhood, right, or city or wherever, you're not gonna have charging stations, right? You're gonna have gas stations because they were put there many years ago, and people have been using them since. There's just no electric charging stations. Like, I live in a middle-class town, right? So there's plenty of charging stations. Well, I wouldn't say plenty. There's enough, right? I can think of 2 places off the top of my head that have, like, several, like, Tesla charging stations. Which is great. That is good. But they're like parking lots, right? One of them is a parking lot in an outdoor mall, and one of them is in, like, a grocery store shopping center. Which is great that they're there, but that's not the only places it needs to be. They need to, like, either add on to gas station. Well, yeah, for now they would add on to gas stations, right? So you get a government to give an infrastructure bill to the gas companies and require them to put just some charging stations at gas stations, right? Like, every gas station they have, 2-3 charging stations. And then eventually, gradually, as the infrastructure is there, people will gravitate towards electric cars because they're more viable. They can go to a traditional gas station and charge up their car. Of course, the car itself would need to charge within 5 or so minutes. It's pretty much how long it's going to take you to... That's way longer than it takes you to fill up your gas tank. But just ballpark, right? So the second that happens, we have infrastructure and we have these charging stations, just like 3, right? Which obviously is expensive, but it's necessary. So eventually people start getting electric cars, and then gasoline, you don't need it, and then they replace the gas pumps with charging stations. That was a really long tangent, but I don't know, I just went with it. These are all thoughts that I just have, and, you know, it's related to cars, electric cars, which is what I'm driving, kind of terribly. So I do like this game a lot, right? Like, the Forza games have always been near and dear to my heart, because my brother and I played Forza Horizon 2 on our Xbox 360 when we first moved to where we currently live. And that was like a nice bonding. Like, I couldn't do races, but I thoroughly enjoyed taking, like, supercars off-road and just messing them up, which hurt my brother in his soul, because he would watch his nice Ferrari get just wrecked. Not that it matters, because it'll automatically go back to the way it was when you enter an event. But, yeah. He despised that. But we would still take turns. I would drive him to races, and he would do the races. That's what we did. That was our little arrangement. So we did that, and then we got an Xbox One, and we read somewhere that it was backwards compatible, so we could play it still on the Xbox One, but it turns out it wasn't. But it was fine, because at the time, the only game we played was the original Star Wars Battlefront, the first one, by EA. And that game was so fun. I had a lot of fun with that game. But moving on, beyond Battlefront, the next game we got probably was like Skylanders or something. We were also big Skylanders kids. But then we got Horizon 3. And that was just such an amazing game to me. I loved that game so much. I played it for hours at a time. It's kind of what got me into cars, other than, you know, like Hot Wheels. And then Horizon 3 had the Hot Wheels DLC, which I got. And oh my lord, that was so fun. And then many, many years later, I got Forza Horizon 4, which was fine. Like, it was a fine game, but I still liked 3 better. But 4 was fine. And then 5 came out. And then I had Game Pass from, like, a free, like, 1-month trial. Yeah, I had a Game Pass when 5 came out, and I was like, well, I might as well. So I tried it out, and it was fine. And then my Game Pass expired, and I just didn't really look to it anymore. And then I only bought it because the first DLC was the Hot Wheels DLC. And I've played the DLC. I've completed the DLC. It was so fun. It brought back so many good memories. Just chilling with my brother playing Hot Wheels. Nostalgia's a hell of a thing. So anyway, I'm doing pretty well in this race. I love that bridge part where I can just floor it, especially in a car like this that just goes. I should have braked. I'm gonna rewind so I can brake. Also, this is like my favorite Porsche. Like, I have a weird relationship with Porsches, right? Like, they kind of look cool, but I also don't really like them. Like, the headlights on the front of a traditional Porsche. It looks too, like, bug-eyed to me. So that's why, you have this Porsche. I was looking at the Porsche, not the road. But you have this Porsche. I mean, look at those headlights. Those are cool. Granted, it is a 4-door, but I'm okay with that. I should have rewinded a little bit further. But yeah. I really like the car. It's just a cool looking car. And it performs. Strangely enough. But continuing on with like favorite cars. My favorite car of all time is the Lamborghini Veneno. I mean, if you've ever seen the Veneno, you would know why. It was made in 2013. Which is so strange to me because it looks so futuristic. Like, if it was made right now, I would be like, yeah, absolutely. That makes complete sense. It totally looks like what cars are turning into now. And what I mean by that is, like, if you look at cars are getting cooler, man. Like, just your average everyday Ford and Kia, they look cool. Like, they've got sharp angles. It's no longer that bubble, round texture that it's been for a little while. They're, like, sharp. Like supercars and sports cars, and they look cool. I'm really liking it. Like, Kia especially. Kia cars just look cool. Like, they can still be, like, kind of crappy cars, like 4-cylinder little putt-putt cars. But, like, they still look cool. But yeah, that Lamborghini Veneno, favorite car of all time. It's not the best performing car, but it's just so cool. And then, for a while I was obsessed with the Veyron, the Bugatti Veyron, because that's when it was, you know, the fastest car in the world. How long was it fastest car in the world? Because it was fastest car in the world for a while. And then it was beaten by, I want to say, the Koenigsegg Agera. Or Agara, I don't know. Koenigsegg's are cool, but I can't keep track of them, even though there's like 8 of them. I think there's less than 8, but still, you get the point. To me, anyway. Anyway, coming up on the finish, real quick, how far ahead am I? Oh, the hype music is playing up, even though I'm not going. Hold on. Let's see how far this goes. Okay, it stopped, but, like, I'll continue. That's funny. It just, like, kept going. 12 minutes and 27 seconds to go across all of Mexico. Nope. Alright. Bing bang. Alright, let's check the money. Nice, 142. Yes, sir. Okay. Car mastery. How many points? 14. Solid. Car collection. My collection of cars. Solid. Alright. That's the Goliath done, baby. I'll probably keep doing it because I need money, but I'll probably do the Hot Wheels one next. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.